and welcome to today's edition of Pegasus Test. On today's edition, we're covering the fall 2022 semester at Alpha Company One Shepherd in Missouri. And like all One Shepherd semesters, we start on Sunday morning with PT, so we can start teaching the students the basic movements of bayonet fighting. One of the initial events always held at One Shepherd is the Warrior Basic class. And this class goes over the basic skills anyone needs to be a warrior, be it individual movement technique, learning how to use the Miles system, learning the basic function of the AR-15, how to employ the TA-1 field phones and 128 class radios. All this happens in WBC, and that's so important. It's why it happens every semester.
Do you think they just don't start aiming until I'm starting to move? No, if I'm here, and this is what's tough, because if you're under full gear, you say, I'm up. If they see me, I'm down. Like this, right? I'm up. They see me, I'm down. Right? Again, they want to roll over. As I said, moving, I'm up. They see me, I'm down. Right? Those are the little sprints that you're doing. Does that answer your question?
Additionally, in this semester, the Warrior Advanced course was offered. And this ran concurrently with Warrior Basic, and this is your next step in your progression. If you've completed Warrior Basic, Warrior Advanced is definitely the course you're looking to take next. And these students were learning fieldcraft. They were learning how to establish a patrol base. They were learning how to shut up their Boches. They were learning thermal protection at night. They were learning how to do a guard roster and other techniques as this.
Okay. Oh, you're fine. Did you make one already?
The third class being offered in this semester was the Leadership Reflection course. And I've done a previous video on this, which I'll put a link in the end card so you can check out. But this is kind of your capstone to all your semesters. As you know, One Shepherd consists of 6 semesters to complete the entire course, and it's best if you can take Leadership Reflection during your 6th semester, although it's open to you as a student anytime once you've completed Warrior Basic.
And that's a whole different umbrella that we didn't even discuss. And it's very, very hard to discuss transformational leadership because, as so many people have pointed out, while it can be learned, it tends to reject being taught.
Now, the first day at a One Shepherd semester always ends with your first mission, which is Clandestine Night Link Up. And again, I'll put a link to a very detailed video on that here at the end on one of the end cards. But the purpose of that is to expose new students from Warrior Basic to operating at night. We encounter a lot of students who don't do things in the dark at night. We encounter people who've never used night vision, never tried to operate as a group in at night clandestinely. The mission sounds simple. Just go out, 2 of you, and link back up. And by 2 of you, I mean 2 groups. But it's way harder than it sounds because the moon conditions are different each time. The conditions of the class are different each time. And hey, we throw an OPFOR out there that does different things each time. This was unique in the fact that because there was Warrior Advanced, because there was Leadership Reflection, and those classes required different things at night, the Warrior Basic was on their own. So they went out, but they were instructor-led. They weren't just thrown to the wolves. They were instructor-led, and there was 2 OPFOR elements out there. One OPFOR element moved about on foot. The other was mobile in a Jeep. Oh, it's definitely them. Yeah, you want to take a look?
Yeah.
It's a big tree just to the left, right that way. See like little bumps?
Yeah.
Alright. So, tell me when you're ready to drive.
There you go.
Okay, let me just double check one thing real quick. Okay, we seem to have found their PB.
Oh, it's a PB.
Oh, or something. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's definitely them. All right.
Are they moving?
Yeah, I just saw like a hand and a head move.
Okay.
So stand by. I'm gonna fire them up, and then we're gonna go. Oh, they're moving. Cool. Perfect. Ready?
Hold on. Yep.
1, 2, 3. Upon the return from their mission, the students from the clandestine night link up, come back in, they have an AAR, and talk through all the good and bad of the mission so they can apply those lessons later on in the week.
No, I need one representative from your patrol to be advanced and recognized.
Day 2 of the semester begins with a ruck march, and all the classes come together. The WAC leaves their patrol base, comes back to the FOB, joins up with the Warrior Basic and the Leadership Reflection course, and they all go on a 2-mile ruck march. The purpose of this ruck march is to test your loadout. The halfway point, we stop, we let them adjust any gear they need to adjust, and they continue the mission back to the FOB. Later in the day, after classes have wound up, the students have time to make any major adjustments to their gear if they have to make them. After completion of the ruck march and chow, the students break back into their classes. Now Warrior Basic will go back into learning more drills, and they'll also be learning technical stuff about their radios and all that good stuff. The Warrior Advanced class, they start getting classes on advanced weapons such as the Squad Designated Rifleman and the Light Support Weapon.
Wait for 2 seconds before another gun opens up. Got it? Start with gun number 1. Go. Bore out.
Meanwhile, over at the Leadership Reflection course, more classes were going on in the classroom about how to recognize people's personality traits and the best leadership techniques to deal with them. The culminating event of the second day at One Shepherd is the Force on Force event. And now this is usually designed for the Warrior Basic students to be divided in half as a class. They're put in a compact area, and they move into contact and smash into each other and have an excellent firefight and apply the techniques that they have been learning over the past 2 days.
Good hunting, gentlemen.
When possible, we also try to integrate the other classes into it when it tactically makes sense. Having a WAC class available, this works out really good because the students in WAC have just gotten their classes on the Squad Designated Marksman Rifle and also the Light Support Weapon. So they integrate perfectly into the force structure of the Warrior Basic. Occasionally, in previous events, we've been able to put the the Light Leaders course into the rotation as well, which helps those students practice their leadership techniques, and they don't get issued a weapon, and they don't even get issued miles, because their weapons are their troops, and they lead, and that's what the purpose of the exercise is for those students. Well, the Leadership Reflection course was operating on a very advanced time schedule. They were hitting all their marks perfectly, and they decided to use their extra time to come integrate in the Force on Force event. And so we were able to provide that light leadership that we normally only provide during the Light Leaders course. And it worked out pretty well. There were some very kinetic firefights, and I think the students will agree they had a great time. Let's take a look.
Look around, downrange gentlemen. Do you see anything there? That's fine. Just cover that section just in case, all right? You're good. Juliet, how we doing over here? Here we go. Let's get him moving. Get behind that tree.
I want you covering that creek back. Come here, into the defilade, behind the defilade.
There you go.
I want them staying on that creek bed.
Right back.
Hey, 25 meters ahead, 11 o'clock.
Right over the defilade, all right? Stay dead. Too dead.
Reloading! All happening down here. The support weapons need to come this direction.
Roger that. Richard.
Yeah.
Bring us up here.
Bring them down the creek
Let's
bed.
get down into the creek bed. Get everybody down here in the creek bed. Let's get some fire going.
All right, we're peeling left.
Wait. Moving up. You cover this way.
It's nasty down there, but push through.
Hey, we're peeling left. Go with him.
Moving up there. I mean,
Get through left.
two left. Put that back. On me. Smith, on me. Smith, on me. Cover the side.
Go.
Now we are defensive. They need to get ready for a mass push.
You guys ready? Let's move it up. Let's move it up. Move them up on the hill.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Come on, go to the right, go to the right. Please go to the right.
Watch your safety, kiddo! Watch your safety!
Come on, up and over. Get down. Up and over to the floor. Let's go! Let's get down!
Hey, if you're dead on me! If you're dead, get out! If you're dead, get out of the way!
If you're dead, come to us out, my boy!
Come on, we on the creek, let's go!
Where's my LSW?
If you're dead,
Your text.
Drop down low. Go. Cover that right side.
Basic, roll up. Basic, rally on me!
Basic.
Basic, rally on me!
Wax. Rally on me if anyone's left. Juliet. Romeo.
Dead CCP back there.
Let's go!
You're dead CCP back there. Or you could index.